Hi there, Trish here with Fat Lady Crochet. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome to the studio today. I have some announcements or just some updates, just general updates about what I'm up to in the studio these days. As you know, we just finished with our long dog. It is now available in the shops, fatladycrochet.ca, as well as Etsy and Ravelry. And he is a big guy. He's about 18 inches. Here he is in all his glory. Like I said, he's a big guy, sits really nicely on your shoulder. And you'll notice that there is some color variation here. And this is because I was using two different dye lots of yarn. So that's kind of interesting. It actually can have quite a significant impact, if you ask me. It seems like it, but I still love him. I think he's so cute. And we're now working on some Valentine's Day mods. So we're looking at things like, well, I don't even want to tell you actually, but just a little outfit, a fun little outfit for him to wear. And I showed you last time the beginning of that outfit, and we have finished that outfit, but there's one more accessory that I want to add to it before I release that pattern. So for now, what's available is the long dog. He is worked using single crochet only. Increases, decreases, you have to tack his ears. So when I say tack, I'm just talking about adding a quick stitch to hold in place. And as you can see, those ears are tacked down. So they're like a triangle. They start out as a triangle and then they get tacked down and sewn on. Everything does get sewn on. I used my favorite yarn, which is Hobby size 8/8, 100% cotton. And I've just put in a new order of cotton for cotton. And I can't wait for it to come in because what I realized is that I didn't have the right color blue for my Cookie Monster pattern. So I'm still working on those Sesame friends. I have three. I've got, I thought I just had two, but I actually have three. So I've got Cookie Monster, Count, and Grover with Super Grover mods. Oh gosh, I think that's it. So right now, just behind me here, you can see I've got 6, 7. I see that Oscar is covered up by the curtain. Poor guy, although he probably doesn't mind that. So 7, and so there will be altogether, there will be 8 patterns in that collection. And I will be releasing it as a book that you can get from Amazon and also on the website. So, and likely on um, Etsy and Ravelry as well. So that's what's new. I'm also working on some fun Valentine additions or accessories for our Mankini gnome. So I've got plans in the works. I've got a couple of things that I know the one sort of outfit I'm going to do for sure, which is a pink Mankini, some sunglasses that are made out of hearts, and a Valentine's colored hat. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do like the gnome hat or if I'm going to give him a different kind of hat. Further to that, I have not been sleeping well this week because all of these projects I get so excited about them. Like this long dog has really kept me up because I just absolutely adore this guy. I think he's so cute and funny. And I wish I had a little person that lived close by me that I could just gift him to, but I don't. So back to Mankini Gnome, a couple of ideas that I have for accessories. I'm looking at 2 outfits for Valentine's Day. The first one is the one with these heart-shaped glasses. And the second one would be the cherub idea. So turning him into a giant cherub. I think the cherubs wear like diapers or something. And do they have halos? I still haven't figured that out. But we can easily give him wings. We can change the color of his the mankini itself. We can change the color of the hat. So we'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen. I also got a big order from Dinosaur Provincial Park again for the spring, and so I've been working with them for quite a few years now where it started out where I was actually selling pieces to them. They were buying in wholesale, and I was doing a lot of rattlesnakes. And that was, I just was, you know how it is, like when you try to make multiples of the same thing, it just can get very tedious. And so I said to them, is there something else we could do? And they came up with the idea of the crochet kits for the rattlesnakes. So I've got that on the go. I am likely going to hire someone out to help me with that because it's quite time consuming. It's fun, but it's quite time consuming. I get to use my yarn winder, which is very gratifying if you've never used a yarn winder. It's pretty fun to watch, and it's fast. It's crazy how fast you can make a really nice little cake of yarn. So I'm going to get that started. I have a request from the magazine to create a topsy-turvy, and it's top secret. So a top secret, topsy-turvy design for next Christmas. The issue is that it's not really possible to ship anything over to the States, which is where they are. So typically I would write the pattern and then send the finished piece over for them to get their photos and do all of those things. But I just finished up with a pattern, oh gosh, I don't even know when, maybe October or November, where I stitched the pattern, or I wrote the pattern, I designed it and wrote it and created the thing and then sent pictures of the thing. And the person on the other end then stitched the pattern on their end for the photos for the magazine. So again, there was a request to do the same thing with this topsy-turvy design, but this person really doesn't have time. Like they're very busy, lots going on for them, so they didn't have time. They were really hoping that I'd be able to send it to them, but unfortunately, I just can't. There isn't really a straight answer about the fees. So it's just not possible at this time. And I sure hope that gets changed because it's been a long time now that I haven't been able to ship over to the States. And, it doesn't really impact me too much. It impacts me a little bit, but I just think about my fellow Canadian small businesses and other small businesses, other countries as well that have been impacted very negatively by the policies. But like I said, like I always say, I hope that changes soon. In the meantime, we just do what we can. Going forward, I've got some plans in the works for a Mankini leprechaun. So I am thinking that I'm probably going to be turning that into a full-on video tutorial for our members here on YouTube. So if you haven't checked it out, we've got full, they're very long, full tutorials for some of our premium patterns. So we have Madeline, we have corduroy, we've got Grimace, we've got the Pac-Man ghosts. I'd like to get in 2 videos a month, but I am finding it really difficult to juggle everything. I had written a new sort of schedule that I'm trying out for the new quarter and finding that some of my goals are just not feasible. I just am reaching too high and I don't have time. Like I don't have the time in the day to complete everything that I want to complete. So, and I'm not beating myself up about that. I have always really, kind of overshot my goals. And but the problem is that when you do that and you don't reach your goals, it can be quite disheartening. So figuring out that, I have this idea, I've written down this idea, I've written down the schedule that I would like to follow. I'm giving it 3 months. I'm working the schedule as best as I can, and it does sort of dictate the number of hours in a day that I'm willing to work. I do tend to work 7 days a week because I love what I do. Um, And if I could dedicate more time, even, I would. But, life happens, and I have things outside of crochet and outside designing that also fill me up and fill my cup. So I need to make sure that I'm doing those things. So some of those things include things like cooking dinner. I love cooking dinner. I love sitting around the table with my family and, like having some laughs with them. That's like one of my highest priorities, is spending time with them. Um, the kids are both adults, and my youngest is applying for jobs in other provinces, like seasonal jobs in other provinces, in between school semesters. So, and she's raring to go. So I value the time that I have with them. I recognize that it's limited, and I recognize that it's going to it's precious. Time is precious, and it's just not going to last forever. So that's one of the things. Another thing is that some of you know that last year, when I well, actually, it wasn't last year, it was the year before, I started roller derby, and when I turned 50. So when I turned 50, I started roller skating again, and then I got into roller derby. So, but then last spring, I injured my MCL. I tore it, not playing derby, but just skating. I had rolled over some debris on the track, and my knee shot out, and then I played for an hour and a half on that, and like, it was just bad. So I had to stop playing, which was quite awful. And then again in the fall, I was back on my skates again and injured myself again. So off my skates until quite recently again. And now derby is not going to be in my future, but reffing will be. So then at least I can, um, even if I'm not playing the game, I can still be involved. And I just absolutely adore my team members and my coaches. And it's just not something that I want to give up. So, anyways, that's about me, and a little bit more about me outside of the world of crochet. So it's a full life. It's a lovely life. I'm always super grateful. I just am super grateful. Okay, we'll catch you later. Bye.